Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha and these are the headlines of the hour. Victims of cooperatives facing difficulty in daily activities, treatment among others as cooperatives fail to return their deposits. Demonstrate in Kathmandu as one of the victims dies. Labour immigration draft prepared with suggestions for zero cost and rehabilitation of foreign employment. Proposal handed to link voting rights to those abroad and social security to workers in India. Former Bangladeshi Prime Minister and Awami League President Sheikh Hasina accuses the United States of America being involved in her removal from power. And the Paris Olympics concludes today. United States of America climbs to the top of the medal tally. China dropped down to the second spot. Work is being done from various ways to solve the problems of cooperatives. However, a concrete solution has not been found yet. Victims of cooperatives from across the country are facing trouble because the cooperatives have not returned their hard-earned money. They are facing problems in daily activities, medical treatment, among others. Anger among the victims is increasing as the process of returning the savings from the 19 troubled cooperatives is at snail pace. The problematic Cooperative Management Committee said that there is delay in returning the savings because the government does not provide the necessary support with the legal system and manpower. The victims of cooperatives who have been carrying out a relay fasting since 80 days demonstrated in Kathmandu today, saying that one of the victims died as the cooperative did not return his savings that was needed for treatment. They demonstrated in the capital carrying a coffin demanding justice for all the cooperative victims, including 80-year-old Rajendra Stapit, who died at Bir Hospital yesterday. Rajendra's relatives claim that his treatment was delayed due to the failure to come up with the deposit amount needed for treatment at Bir Hospital, where he was taken after suffering a brain hemorrhage. Speaking to Kantipur Television, Executive Director of Bir Hospital, Dr. Santosh Paurel, claimed that Rajendra's relatives were asked to buy the necessary medical supplies for the complex surgery. However, a deposit was not requested. According to deceased Rajendra's family, he had savings of 13.6 million rupees at New Road's Yuva Bikas multipurpose cooperative. Victims of around 300 cooperatives are now on a hunger strike at Ratnapark Santi Batika, demanding the government to take initiatives to return their savings. The government has declared 19 of these cooperatives as problematic and started the process of returning the deposits. However, the process is at snail pace. The problematic Cooperative Management Committee estimates that 36 billion rupees of the victims' money is with the 19 cooperatives. There are 59,000 victims of problematic cooperatives alone. In our Public Voice segment, today we have asked people in several provinces what is the reason behind the delay in compensating the victims of cooperatives. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
सबै मिलेर यो समाधान गर्नेतर्फ लागेको यो समाधान हुन्छ रकम फिर्ता हुन्छ कसैलाई चासै छैन
सहकारीका ठगहरु चाहिँ सरकारमै छन् अनि कहाँबाट फिर्ता हुन्छ
नेताहरुले आफूहरुको पोल खोल्छ कि भनेर यो कुरामा चाहिने उनीहरुले छानबिन गर्नका लागि ढिलो गरिराखेको
सरकार पक्षबाट नै उनीहरुले नै पहल गर्नुपर्छ
कम्तिमा ठगेर भागेकोलाई त समात्न सक्न पर्यो नि त सरकारले
राम्रोसँग चाहिँ गैराइमै गएर अध्ययन नगरेर हो कि देला नि होला नि भनेर पर्खी बसेको जुन अवस्थाले गर्दाखेरि जसले दिनुपर्ने हो सम्बन्धित मान्छेहरूले पनि ढिलासुस्ती गरेको
सरकारले पैसा दिने हो कि अरु व्यक्तिले दिने हो कि कहाँ कसरी दिने हो यो अलि अन्यलमा भएको कुरा अहिले सर्वसाधारणमा त अन्यल भइरहेछ
सरकारका पक्षबाट केही ढिलासुस्ती भएको छ
बढी लगानी गरेका हुन् कि त मलाई पनि अचम्म लागिरहेछ दिन चाहिँ दिनु फिर्ता चाहिँ गर्नै पर्ने हो
म्यानेजिङ कमिटीको बदमाशी हो जसले पैसा फसाएको छ त्यो मान्छेहरुलाई खोज्नु पर्यो सरकारले पहिला सुरुमा खोजिसकेपछि अनि त्यहाँबाट मात्रै उहाँहरुको पैसा पाउन सक्छ
अहिलेसम्म चाहिँ सरकारले यसको माथि कुनै पनि ठुलो कुनै मलाई लाग्छ एक्सन लिएको म चाहिँ देखिदैन
म्यानेजरको घरमा कति चोटी मैले गए त्यो कुनै सुनवाई भएन मैले चौकीमा पनि कति चोटी गए कुनै सुनवाई भएन
भाग्नु भन्छ विदेशमा हुनुहुन्छ उहाँलाई यहाँ नेपालमा राखेर कन्ट्याक्ट गरेर सबैसँग सहमति गराएर एकैचोटी दिन मिल्दैन अलिअलि गरेर उहाँहरुको पैसा रिटर्न गराउनु पर्छ
अनप्रोडक्टिभ सेक्टरमा धेरै लगानी भएर पनि हो
The draft of the labor immigration policy has been handed over to the labor minister by the expert team with suggestions, including the provision of voting rights to the laborers who are employed abroad, the registration of the laborers going to India, and the inclusion of them in the Social Security. The committee, chaired by labor expert Ganeshman Gurung, submitted the draft to Labor Minister Sarat Singh Bhandari today. In the draft, short-term and long-term suggestions have been given to solve the problem. In the absence of a clear policy of the government on labor migration, the issue of foreign employment linked to every household has not been managed well. Taking risks and going abroad illegally, falling victim to sexual violence, cases of human trafficking, among others, are also increasing. But the government does not have a unified policy on labor migration. After the expert team formed by the government submitted the draft report, the government has started working on it. In the report submitted by the expert team formed by expert Ganesh Gurung, coordinator of labor migration, there are suggestions such as rehabilitating workers who are employed abroad and workers who have returned from voting rights. Similarly, the topic of zero cost in foreign employment and the restructuring of the Foreign Employment Board are also covered. It has also been suggested to use the skills of workers who have returned from foreign employment. In the same way, the policy includes topics ranging from preventing discrimination against women workers to providing easy access to the country of destination. In the draft, there is also a topic making the laborers who go to India from Nepal to join the Social Security. Although many Nepalese youths go to neighboring countries for labor, the state has not been able to keep records of such workers. It is suggested to keep records in the proposed draft. Experts also insist that more than 4 billion rupees of remittances are coming in daily from foreign employment, and since this is supporting the country's economy, it should be managed and moved forward. For this, they suggest that short-term and long-term strategies should be made. Despite the significant contribution of remittances to the country, this sector is being neglected. Labor Minister Sarat Singh Bhandari says that the policy is going to be formulated in order to decide the strategy to be taken by the government. On an average, 60 families out of 100 families in the country are connected with foreign employment, but the government agencies believe that if the right policy is not formulated in time to manage it, it may cause serious problems in the future. Parliamentarians have demanded the government bring a directive to settle the dispute of land of Taragaon Village Development Committee, which is within the Hyatt Hotel premises in Kathmandu's Bodha. Speaking during the meeting of the Parliament's International Affairs and Tourism Committee, parliamentarians demanded the government formulate the directive to address the issue of the land, saying that prime ministers and ministers had been involved in massive irregularity while giving the land on lease. Parliamentarian and former Prime Minister Madhukmar Nepal suggested the government find a solution, saying that 150 ropenis of government land was being encroached by Hyatt Hotel. Likewise, former Minister for Tourism and CPN-UML Secretary Bhim Prasad Acharya also alerted the government, saying that Hyatt Hotel had attempted to encroach government land.
सरकारले जुन सम्पत्ति हडप्न खोजिएको छ त्यो कुरा फिर्ता ल्याउनु पर्छ अनि शेयरको कुरा चाहिँ के भने खर्च अनावश्यक देखाएर नभएका कुराहरू चाहिँ शेयर बढाएर घटाएर अनि सरकारको शेयर जिरोतिर पार्ने सम्पूर्ण सम्पत्ति हडप्ने खालको जुन तरिका अपनाएको छ त्यो चीजलाई चाहिँ नियन्त्रित गर्नको लागि स्पष्ट कार्ययोजना आओस्.
Lawmakers also drew the government attention towards the involvement of former prime ministers and ministers in the case and urged to bring them to jurisdiction. Nepali Congress lawmaker Narayan Prakash Sod expressed reservations, saying that government lands have been exploited with change in every government. He called for an immediate control of government land exploitation. Lawmaker of Nepal Mazdoor Kisan Party, Prem Suwal, said prime ministers, ministers and government officials who reaped benefits through commission by selling public lands had to be brought to jurisdiction. We'll take a short break here. We have more news coming up. The share market has made another record today with the highest transaction of shares worth 25.77 billion rupees. The last time the market hit the highest transaction was last Tuesday at 23.71 billion rupees. The NEPSE index rose by 94.46 points today to settle at 2,860 points. All sectors except mutual funds rose today. The value for 15 companies went down while 225 went up today in the first trading day of the week. The Supreme Court has ordered for show cause for the detention of former Director General of Internal Revenue Department, Chudamani Sharma. Justice Binod Sharma's single bench heard the writ filed by Sharma, who was convicted by the special court for corruption. Sharma had filed the application against the special court's verdict at the Supreme Court, whose administration had sent him to jail. Sharma had then reported of health issues and asked for detention hearing. The special court had slapped a 9-year jail term and a fine of 4,104 million rupees on Sharma in tax case. The Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority had arrested Sharma in June 2021. The special court had convicted Lamba Dhoj Mahat and Umesh Thakal for authority in waiving taxes to various business firms. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, why is there increase in blacklisting of individuals and organizations involved in construction businesses and financial transactions? 56% voted for A, financial indiscipline, 24% for B, impact of economic recession, and 20% for C, policy problem. And here's today's question. Should there be deadline for cases of corruption? Your options are A, no, B, yes, and C, the corrupt must not be spared. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the international update. Former Bangladeshi Prime Minister and Awami League President Sheikh Hasina has accused the United States of America of being involved in her removal from power. In a message to party leaders and activists yesterday, reported by Indian media outlet The Print, Hasina alleged that foreign powers, particularly the U.S., played a role in ousting her. This comes days after the Indian government said it was analyzing the possibility of a foreign hand behind the political crisis in Bangladesh. The Hasina government saw strained relations with the U.S. for many years. Ahead of January's elections this year, she said a white man had offered her a smooth return to power in exchange for an airbase. In her latest statement, Hasina, the longest-serving prime minister in Bangladesh's history, warned the new interim government not be used by such foreign powers. She is also expected to address the media while in India next week. Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus, leading the new interim government, is believed to have strong ties with the U.S. According to WikiLeaks cables, in the past, he has held frequent meetings with American diplomats to bemoan the state of Bangladeshi politics. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.